on YouTube, and in today's video we have a sunscreen showdown between the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, which is $34 for 1.7 fluid ounces. It's probably a crowd favorite, versus the Kroger Invisible Gel Sunscreen, which is just $10.99, and you get 3 fluid ounces. So you're getting almost double the product here with the Kroger. It's like Kroger's really trolling Supergoop, but for $10.99 you can get 7.2 ounces of product, which is about 2.2 ounces more than what you get here. And $10.99, $38, then you get the $10.99 versus the $34. Which one wins? Which one doesn't? Find out. Keep watching. So first of all, shout out to Glow by Ramon, one of my favorite skincare channels to watch, because I watched one of his videos where he compared the two products and I was like, oh, I gotta get that. And in turn, shout out to my sister, because you can order the Kroger sunscreens online if you're in a state that doesn't have a Kroger store. I can't remember why I wasn't able to get it, but my sister who lives in Georgia bought it for me, shipped it up to me, so shout out to her as well. But make sure you check out Glow by Ramon's channel. He does amazing skincare videos. I love his reviews. He goes so in depth, he's so knowledgeable, and he has an amazing personality, so go check him out. I'll leave his channel linked below. Now, people love the Supergoop Unseen, and I can see why. When I tried this a couple of years ago, I wrote up a really good review for it as well. This is such a nice feeling sunscreen. It also works really well as a makeup primer, which is great for in the summertime, but also year round, because you want to make sure that you're wearing sunscreen year round. You may not in particular be wearing this sunscreen year round, but you want to wear one year round nonetheless. But the thing is, $34 US, right? When it comes to sunscreens, myself personally, I typically don't like to spend too much money on a sunscreen, because sunscreen is a product that you're going to be using daily and something that you're going to be wearing year round. So because of that, you can go through a sunscreen product relatively quickly. So these have similar ingredients in them in terms of the ingredients that are in each of them perform similar functions. They're not going to have the exact same ingredient list, you know, all throughout. I'll kind of touch on a couple of things. So the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen has 3% avobenzone, 8% homosalate, 4.5% oxynoxate, and 5% oxalisate. The Kroger Invisible Gel has 3% avobenzone, 11% homosalate, 5% oxalisate, and 10% octocrylene. Now, while they don't have the same exact ingredients word for word in these sunscreens, they have similar chemical filters. They both contain some form of silicone, some form of emollients, texture enhancers, you know, things that are going to make the product what the product is. If you've ever touched the Supergoop Unseen, you'll know that it's a really nice, cosmetically elegant formula. It glides on the skin. It gives you a really nice experience. A nice experience provided that you aren't allergic to chemical filters, of course, or any of the inactive ingredients inside of the product, you know, of course. Now, one thing that I'm missing is I don't know how much more the ingredients that are in the Supergoop product are versus the Kroger one is. But for me, using this, and I tested both of these over a couple of occasions. I tested it on a regular day without makeup, and then I tested them both with makeup, and they both perform pretty much the same to me. I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. I have oily skin. I didn't notice any exceptional oil breakthrough. Then again, we are also in fall-ish kind of weather in New York City, but it's kind of been on the warmer trajectory. So there's been some warm days where my oily skin would act like it does when it's a warm day. And I tested both sunscreens during those warmer days and didn't have anything out of the ordinary happen with either one. So to me, myself personally, it would come down to price and texture. Now, the Kroger sunscreen actually has more of like this buttery, silky, like just gliding finish to it than the Unseen does. It's like a slight difference, but I do have to say that I appreciate the feel of the Kroger sunscreen more. For some, it might only be a slight difference, but to me, it's enough to make me say like, yeah, I'd rather go with the Kroger. Oh my God, I'm just like rubbing it on my hand. It just feels really nice and it glides on the skin. Both are gonna give you a little bit of, now, it ain't gonna be no Instagram or Snapchat filter, but both can kind of give your skin a slightly more polished type of look where it slightly blurs the imperfection. And when I say slightly, I mean slightly. If you have some texture issues and you put this on, all of a sudden you're not gonna have like, you know, baby butt smooth skin, but you're gonna notice that like, oh wow, my skin looks a little bit better. So in this sunscreen showdown, Kroger is definitely the winner for me. Listen, the feel, the texture, the smoothness, the gliding, it was it for me. Whereas the Unseen, I'm like, you know, you're great, but you need more people, especially at the $34 price point. However, that's what it was for me. If you have tried both of these, or just from hearing what I'm saying, or if you've looked up the ingredients of both, leave me a comment below and let me know which one would win for you. And don't be leaving me no comments about neither one because I only wear mineral sunscreens and just why? All right, so next up in the sunscreen showdown, it is time for the battle of the sunscreen body oils. Now, if I'm a little frugal, a little penny pinching when it comes to, you know, a facial sunscreen, I am a straight up miser when it comes to sunscreens for the body. I do not, maybe 5 or 10 or more years ago, you would have caught me buying all these shishi foo-foo body sunscreens, but honey, these days, if I can get it 2 for $5 at Walgreens, I will definitely buy it. But when it comes to the body sunscreen oil category, I wasn't finding too many options out there that I liked, because sometimes in the summer, you know, when my legs are out and my arms are out and my chest is out, I want to glisten. You know, when I'm taking photos, I want my skin to glisten a little bit in the pictures, and it's great to be able to also have that sun protection as well. We have a bit of a little hiccup here. So my Supergoop oil, it doesn't expire until January 21, just so you know that I'm not over here carrying expired sunscreen. But when I went to go look at the name to say it on camera, I realized, wait, this doesn't say body oil. So this must be a formula that Supergoop took off the shelves, which I think I can see why, because they were trying to be reef safe. And this one has oxytinoxate in it, whereas when I looked online, the body oil does not. And then some of the inactive ingredients are similar, but not the same as what's available now. So if you're buying a new Supergoop body oil now, the formula is a little bit different than this one. But I was like, you know what, let me just still, you know, I guess I could still kind of compare the two. When I looked at the back of this and looked at the active ingredients, now this one does not, the Kroger does not have oxytinoxate in it. It has avobenzone 3%, homosalate 15%, oxalate 5%, and octocrylene 10%. So this is, if you're, you know, looking to care for the coral reefs, this one is reef safe. This version isn't, but Supergoop updated it so that it is coral reef safe, if, you know, if that's a concern of yours. But again, as I was saying, when I looked on the back here, and I was looking at the inactive ingredients, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of like, it almost looked as if like, you know that meme where it's like, can I copy your homework? And the person's like, well, just change up some of the answers so it doesn't look like it's the same. It kind of felt like that here. But the funny thing is I actually do prefer the Kroger oil more. Now, this is not something that I think that you're gonna be able to see like in like the swatches that I'm gonna show on camera here. It's like a feel kind of thing. So the Kroger oil definitely feels thicker. I like the smell more of the Kroger oil. The Kroger oil has kind of like a vanilla and almondy I don't want to say coconut, but maybe like a little hint of coconut. But it smells, I definitely prefer the smell and the texture and the look of the Kroger more, because the Kroger oil is definitely going to get me that really nice glossy shine that I like on my body when the body is exposed, typically in warmer weather. Now, this did, you know, do some things for me. I did appreciate it, but it's not gonna give me that really nice shiny look that I like. You know, I could use a regular oil to really get that look that I like, but I like having the sunscreen built in because typically if I'm taking photos, I'm typically outside. But yeah, I definitely gotta say that Kroger came through again. So this one retails for $38 and it's 5 fluid ounces. And then this one is $10.99 and it's you get 7.2 fluid ounces. And this one's water resistant for up to 80 minutes. Well, they're both water resistant for up to 80 minutes. But however, when you get wet, you towel off and you put your sunscreen back on, because water resistant does not mean waterproof. Leave me comments below. I want to know your thoughts on the Supergoop versus the Kroger. Which one wins in your eyes? Even if you haven't tried them, if you just happen to just like look at the ingredient lists online, or just from what you saw in this video, which one would you pick? But if you have tried both, that'd be great. I would love those comments as well. But I'm out. Follow me on social. The links are in the description box, and links to everything I mentioned in this video will be there as well. And I'll see you fine folks in my next one. Bye, guys.